I accept that I am a prisoner within a body, in a world in which all things that seem to live appear to die. Then is my Father prisoner with me. And this do I believe. When I maintain the laws the world obeys, must I obey. The frailties and the sins which I perceive are real and cannot be escaped. If I am bound in any way, I do not know my Father nor myself. And I am lost to all reality. For truth is free, and what is bound is not a part of truth. And here's the prayer. Father, I ask for nothing but the truth. I have had many foolish thoughts about myself and my creation, and have brought a dream of fear into my mind. Today I would not dream. I choose the way to you instead of madness and instead of fear. For truth is safe, and only love is sure. Beautiful. Hi, Angelo. Yeah, I'm glad you were able to change it, Kimmy. I wonder how that happened. Anyway, Kim kept showing up as Kimono, and I would say good morning to everyone, and I had no idea who Kimono was. And she says, I think you have my name wrong. So we figured it out. Anyway, welcome everybody. I had another beautiful walking the dog this morning. It's funny, as I was leaving my friend Sherry's house, Spirit said, this is not going to be an easy walk this morning. And I was like, what does that mean? And it was not an easy walk. The dog kept laying down in the middle of the street on the side of the road and just would not move. And he's like, so at one point there were these big trucks. He was terrified. I literally had to take off my little blue jacket, put it underneath him and carry him home. He's not a light dog. So it's been a morning, but it's good. I'm closing the rings on my iPhone watch, which always makes me really happy. And my family is on their way. They'll be here on Thursday. I'm so excited. You know, it's funny in life. My sister, my brother, and I, and my mom and my dad, like we've always just had a ton of friends. But in the end, I swear to God, it just comes down to family, you know? Really beautiful. That's the thing. All right. So let me bring through Magdalene. Beloved Magdalene. Oh my God. There is, yeah, I had to carry him. There was no other option. So there was a woman who has done a painting for me of Hathor that's just absolutely stunning. And the other day, by chance, I saw this stunning painting and I was like, oh my God, that's Magdalene. And so I reached out to the artist and I said, is this painting available for purchase? And she said, yes, it is. And I said, it's Magdalene and I'd like to purchase it. And she was like, you're my favorite patron. And I'm like, you're my favorite artist. It was just a total love fest. And then Yeshua comes in and he's like, I'm next. And I already know where they're going in the house. So I'm so excited out of my mind to have their portraits here. I'm going to have 3 of the most stunning portraits of the 3 beings that I channel: Hathor, Magdalene, and Yeshua. So blessed, so blessed. Like my guardians in my home. Anyway, okay. Let's bring through. Yeah, I know it's such a blessing for me. Such a blessing. It's amazing. I'm turning 60 on Friday, and when I look back at my life, I'm more excited about what's to come, because every decade, every year just keeps getting better and better. It's been remarkable. Okay, if I am bound, my Father's not free. Greetings, beloveds. Beloveds, if you bind yourself to the laws of man, if you bind yourself to the mind that says that separation exists, if you bind yourself to the laws that say miracles do not exist, life is drudgery and will always continue to be so. If you commit yourself to this pathway, you have indeed committed yourself to separation. And in that separation, you have bound all, yourself and all. And therefore, God is not free. Neither are you. For what you have done is you have committed yourself to a way of being, to a way of living that lacks love, that lacks freedom, that lacks truth, that lacks light. You live within the shadow. You live within the pain. You live within the angst. You look upon the world and what you see is suffering. You see your brother suffer. You see yourself suffer. Yet there is an immediate resolution, which is to forgive yourself for the ways in which you have painted the world in front of you, the world behind you, the world above you, and the world below you. You have painted the world that you believe exists, but yet when you reach inside, beloveds, you will find that you are able to cleanse yourself of all of this thinking and all of these beliefs and all of these ways of being. You are able to bring yourself to a sense of resolution that allows you to know that you are free. You align yourself with the mind of God by saying, let me question every circumstance that I have created in my life. Let me question all the ways in which I have chosen to believe that life truly is. Let me question everything that I have known to be the reality of existence. And let me see if I can find God in here. Let me see if I can find the key to free myself from the bondage that I have created. And that key, beloveds, is forgiveness. Forgiveness. Forgiveness provides absolution. It provides atonement. And what you are forgiving is the aspect of you that has merely forgotten. It is not some heinous crime. It is not the murders and the deaths and the rapes and the wars, the obliteration of planets. It is where you have forgotten that you are a beloved child of God. And in that memory, in that moment of saying, yes, what I am in truth is I am as God created me. There you find your freedom, and there you find your love. And in that love and in that freedom, beloveds, God awaits for you with so much pleasure and with so much joy, with open arms that say, welcome home. For you have never truly left, but only your thinking has made it so. You have allowed yourself to believe that you are imperfect. You've allowed yourself to believe that you are not worthy. You've allowed yourself to believe that you are a wretch. Beloved, you are a divine emanation of the love of God. How could you be anything other than perfection? How could you be anything other than the majesty that God is? How could you be anything other than the purity of God's desire? And then you allow yourself to remember and you say, yes, here is where I have made an error in my thinking. Here is where I have believed that I am all the noise in my head. Here is where I have allowed myself to bind myself to falsity rather than binding myself to truth. And in that binding, beloveds, God too becomes bound. You believe in a vengeful God. You believe in a punishing God. You believe in a God that says you are born of sin. You are not born of sin, beloveds. This is the single greatest lie that has ever been told. You are born of innocence, and you are born of grace, and you are born of beauty, and you are born of love. Why would God create a being that he would say is sinful? It is impossible. God has only ever created out of love. And it is your love which will set you free. So allow yourself to love all iterations of self. And all iterations of self are all of the beings that you have within your world, within your very existence. The mothers and the fathers, the sisters and the brothers, the nieces and the nephews, the children, the sons and the daughters, the husbands and the wives, the neighbors. All of this has been your creation. And it is all magical. And within an instant in your thinking, beloved, you can unbind yourself from the ways of the ego, the ways of shadow, and you can allow yourself to be what you have always been, which is an emanation of the breath of God. For God breathes you in and God breathes you out. And that is the purest truth of you. So when you allow yourself to return to your hearts, beloveds, I ask you all now to close your eyes, to inhale deeply. And on your exhale, bring your consciousness to your heart and know that only love is real. And you are that love. You are that purity. You are the pleasure. And you are precious. And you are innocent. And the moment that you forget, beloveds, breathe. Breathe and know the truth of you. And then this will allow you to see the truth of all beings. And there you will find your freedom. And no one is bound, not even the Father. For you have allowed yourself to free all of existence. Free all of existence, beloveds, by loving all of existence. And begin with yourself. Know that the truth of you is that you are a miracle. And when you forget, beloveds, call upon me and allow me to come and to remind you. Blessings to you always, dear ones, and I will speak with you again. Thank you all so much for being here today. Always a pleasure. Oh, thank you for the birthday wishes. Yeah, I'm really looking forward. Really looking forward to my birthday. It'll be a lot of fun. Much love, everyone. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for being here.